103.5 FM. Good morning to you wherever you're doing the listening. And let me remind you that fear is a funny thing. And some people get scared and they don't let it stop them. Other people get scared and they keep going. So don't let fear stop you. This is a quote from Kelly Slater, who is an athlete in the world of sports. That's how I choose to welcome you to the Sports Chat live on Facebook as well. Get to Facebook right about now and just search for star STARR 103.5 FM. Our show is live. My name is Jones, ADZI Jones Aji, and this morning we have news from Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum, we understand that has been removed from the club's interim management committee. And then we have news from the Black Galaxies as well. And the Ghana Football Association, we understand, will launch the Girls for Goals program today. We'll bring you details of all that. And then there is a Champions League. Yes, the Champions League is back. And interesting games in the Champions League today. But then we'll also bring you Ghanaian players abroad, how they fared over the weekend. Don't forget that we've not been able to qualify for the Black Star, the AFCON. The Black Stars have not been able to qualify for the AFCON. But then trust me, the Black Stars players are doing well at their clubs. Guess who has scored? Baba Rahman, the rejected stone. I'll bring you stats from Baba Rahman as well. So let's just start off from the Porcupine Warriors, because Kumasi Asante Kotoko head coach Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum has been removed from the club's interim management committee to focus solely on coaching. The decision has been approved by Otumfo Osei Tutu, and we understand that it is a decision that is aimed at improving Kotoko's performance. Of course, they've lost a lot of games, and Ogum's dual roles had raised concerns following inconsistent results, despite a 1-0 win over Aduana on Sunday. So the club stated that the move seeks to optimize operations and align with Mainsha's vision. So Kotoko, of course, are 7th in the league right about now, a point behind Accra Suffolk, who they would face in the next round of matches. Now, the Black Galaxies coach Masoud Didi Dramani has called up a 32-man squad for training camp ahead of the 2025 CHAN qualifiers against Nigeria. The camp, starting November 25th, 2024, will include, of course, tactical drills and a lot. But then let me just bring you some of the players who have been called up. Ghana would host the first leg, would host Nigeria on December 21st, with the return leg scheduled between December 27th and then December 29th. So we have the likes of Apia Kubi, who plays for Midiama Sporting Club, Frederick Asare of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Benjamin Asare of Accra Hearts of Folk Nations FC's goalkeeper Kofi Mensah is also in there. We see the likes of Samo Ashiekwe of Great Olympics, Isaac Affle of Samatex, Francis Akwa of Bechim United, Suleimana Fatau of Midiama Sporting Club, Kamar Dean Mahmoud of Midiama Sporting Club as well, Razak Simpson, who made his debut for the Black Stars of Nations FC, and Ebenezer Aban of Pando Hearts of Lions. Also in there, Kelvin Osei Asigbi of Accra of Folk, Nuruddin Abdullah of Midiama, Muhammad Ali of Accra Lions, Eric Danso Boateng of Dreams FC, Hafiz Ibrahim of Atram Divisa Academy. We see Richard Ajatete of Aduana FC, Abdul Karim of Nations FC, Manuel Mante of Midiama Sporting Club, Issa Yakubu of Basake Holy Stars, Sylvester Simba of Basake Holy Stars, and then Walid Nema Fusaini of Nswatramine FC. We'll see Emmanuel Entry of Asante Kotoko as well. For the attackers, Hamza Isa of Accra Hearts of Folk, Mustafa Yakubu of Mando Heart of Lions, Derek Forjua of Midiama Sporting Club, Stephen Amankona of Burikum Chelsea, Muhammad Sani of Accra of Folk, Dauda Saka of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Muhammad Abdul Rahman of Nswatramine FC, Faisal Chawete of Nations FC, and then Jerry Efriye of Tots FC. Jerry Efriye scored for the Black Stars the last time around, making his debut. Don't forget that he plays in the Division 2 and with Tots FC. So this are the players that have been called up by Coach Masoud Didi Dramani. And the Ghana Football Association will today launch the Girl for Goals program at the Keta Business School in the Volta region. So the 9-month initiative promotes gender equality, sports education, and then healthy life sports for boys and girls aged between 10 and then 18. So we understand that it is spearheaded by Amma Robbie Williams, and GFA says it aligns with its vision of advancing women's football and empowering youth. Okay, now let's move on to Ghanaian players abroad. How they fared over the weekend. So after failing to qualify for the 2025 AFCON, players of the Black Stars returned to their various clubs with varying performances for their teams. Let's start off from Captain Thomas Partey, who was dropped by Coach Otuado for the last round of qualifiers. Partey started Arsenal's home game against Northern Forest from the bench, but came on in the second half for Jorginho and scored a brilliant goal from outside the penalty area in the 52nd minute. So you'll be able to see Thomas Partey. If you're joining us on Facebook right about now, Thomas Partey celebrating his goal, and then he scored after he received the pass from Bukayo Saka. So Partey has now won the game 3-0 to close the gap on Manchester City. From one captain to another, let's move to Jordan Ayew, who was on the bench for Leicester's clash with Chelsea at the King Power Stadium. Came on in the 71st minute and grabbed the consolation for the Foxes in additional time via penalty after Chelsea had scored 2 goals earlier in each half. Fatau Ishaku was missing for Leicester through injury. Antoine Semenyo played the full throttle for Bournemouth in their 2-1 defeat at home to Brighton and received his 5th yellow card of the season that will see him miss Bournemouth's next game. Tariq Lamptey was out injured for Brighton. Kamaldeen Sulemana was unused substitute for Southampton in their 3-2 home defeat to Liverpool, while Mohamed Kudus continued serving his 5-match ban as West Ham beat Newcastle United yesterday by 2-0. In the Spanish La Liga, Inaki Williams played 77 minutes for Athletic Club as he beat Real Sociedad, and Abdul Mumin played a full minutes for Rayo Vallecano in their 1-0 defeat to Sevilla, while Joseph Edu was an unused substitute for Celta de Vigo, who drew 2-2 with Barcelona. Midfielder Ibrahim Sulemana was on the bench for Atalanta, who beat Parma 3-1 in the Italian Serie A. In the French League 1, Alidou Seydou was forced off injured in the 18th minute for Stade Rennais in their defeat to Lille. Elisha Owusu and Gideon Mensah played a full throttle for Auxerre as they beat Angers by a goal to nothing. Both Ghanaian boys received a yellow card in that game. Former Black Stars captain Andre Ayew, or the day Ayew, we prefer to call him, played 71 minutes for Le Havre in their 2-0 away win at Nantes. In the Swiss League, goalkeeper Atizigi kept a clean sheet for St. Gallen in their 0-0 draw at home to Verdun Sports. Afriye Banye was an unused substitute for FC Zurich, who lost to Lugano. Baba Rahman came off the bench in the 75th minute for PAOK and scored 10 minutes later to give the Greek Giants. Yes, so Baba Rahman, the defender, the rejected stone, he's back scoring for his side. And Baba Rahman came off the bench in the 75th minute for PAOK and scored 10 minutes later to give the Greek Giants all 3 points in their 2-1 away win at Asteras in the Greece Super League. In the MLS playoffs in the United States, Joseph Pencil scored a brace for LA Galaxy as they beat Minnesota United by 6-2. 24-year-old Italian international Kelvin Yeboah of Ghanaian descent scored the 2 goals for Minnesota United. And then young midfielder Ronald Donko was an unused substitute for the New York Red Bulls, who beat New York City FC by 2-0. Well, if you care to know some stats about Abdul Baba Rahman, he has scored 4 goals in his last 7 games for PAOK in the Greece Super League from his left back position. So do you think it's time we go back and bring in Baba Abdul Rahman? We'll see about that. Okay, now let's move on to some news from the European scene, because Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has questioned why he should change his tactics despite a run of 5 successive defeats. Scrutiny is intense on City right now from the age of Guardiola's players and the injuries some of them have suffered to their transfer business and the form of Erling Haaland. Yet Guardiola is refusing to contemplate changes to his philosophy and is keen to avoid negative knee-jerk reactions over players who have won 4 Premier League titles in a row and an historic treble at 2023. So he was actually speaking. So Pep is saying that why should he change tactics just because things have not gone on well for his side?
Impossible. Now I'm not going to change, although we believe the success we have and our big believers in the process and the fundamentals that we have to do. What you have to believe is that the players are injured, come back in the best form. The players that play a lot of minutes for the reason of injuries, some rest to come back, get one good result to change our mind, and believe completely deeply that when we are winning a lot, always I was thinking this too shall pass. And right now, this too shall pass too. So life
Right, so just like our president, Nana Akufo-Addo, used to say that this too shall pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Manchester City fans, Pep Guardiola is telling you that be calm, this too shall pass. Okay, all right. Liverpool manager and Slot says his side are not getting carried away despite extending their lead at the top of the Premier League to 8 points. Liverpool, who came from behind to beat Southampton by 3-2 over the weekend, have now moved 8 points ahead of Manchester City. Slot acknowledged the significance of their victory, but insisted that his side cannot and will not be carried away after opening an 8 points gap ahead of Manchester City.
How difficult it is to win a game, and these players have been longer in the Premier League than I've been, but I think it was last season, even later on in the season, that Arsenal led by 8 points and City came back. So you know, if you face Arsenal, City, Chelsea and all these other teams, that Tottenham was great yesterday as well. They are all able to win so many games in a row. So it's nice to have this position, but we are definitely not get carried away.
Definitely Liverpool and Slots are not getting carried away by it. But don't forget, this weekend, Liverpool are going to be taking on Manchester City. But before that, they would come up against Real Madrid tomorrow in the Champions League. Before I bring you our top fixture for the Champions League today, let's talk still Liverpool, because Mohamed Salah says he's disappointed by the club's failure to offer him a new contract, and it looks more likely he will be leaving the club. The 32-year-old Liverpool top scorer, who has scored 12 goals in all competitions, is out of contract at the end of the season. The Egyptian forward, who joined the Reds from Roma in 2017, told external reporters after the win at St. Mary's that he's yet to receive any offer from the club.
Well, we almost in December. I haven't received any offer to stay yet in the club, so probably I'm more out than in. So.
Would you like to stay though?
Well, I've been in the club for many years. No club like this, but in the end, it's not in my hand. So, as I said before, it's December, so I haven't received anything yet about my future. So
it feels like the fans would love you to stay though, given the reaction today.
I love the fans love me, but in the end, it's not in my hand, it's the fans' hand. So, yeah, let's wait and see.
How do you feel about the fact there hasn't been an offer then? Does that disappoint you?
Of course, yeah.
And so what? Have you spoken to the club about why there hasn't been an offer?
Well, I'm not gonna go and say I'm not gonna retire soon. So I'm just I'm focused in the season, and I'm trying to win the Premier League or hopefully the Champions League as well. But yeah, it's a disappointed, but we'll see.
Meanwhile, former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher has strongly criticized Mohamed Salah's contract comments. According to him, Mo Salah and his agents are being selfish by speaking to the press about his contract talks.
Hey, I am very disappointed with Mo Salah.
Why?
That interview last night after the game, and it comes out today. Liverpool have got Real Madrid midweek and they've got Manchester City at the weekend. That's the story for Liverpool right now. And Mo Salah, we're all quite aware, certainly the local reporters are in Liverpool, that in the 7 years he's been at the football club, he's stopped in the mix zone twice, which is right, which is absolutely fine. But he decided to stop for the third time away at Southampton on the back of winning Liverpool the game and putting that out. Now, the most important thing for Liverpool Football Club this season is not the future of Mo Salah. It's not the future of Virgil van Dijk, and it's not the future of Trent Alexander-Arnold. The most important thing is Liverpool winning the Premier League. That is more important than any of those players. And if he continues to put comments out, or his agent keeps putting cryptic tweets out, that's selfish. That's thinking about themselves and not the football.
Right, so Jamie Carragher, always passionate about Liverpool. He believes that Mohamed Salah talking about contract. Wow, they will be facing Real Madrid tomorrow and then Manchester City on Sunday is very, very selfish. Okay, well, there is Champions League action tonight, and at 5:45 p.m. Spartak Praha take on Atletico Madrid. Slovan face Milan. Barcelona would test the might of Brest. And Leverkusen come up against Salzburg. Would see Bayern play PSG. Inter Milan taking on Leipzig. Manchester City face Feyenoord. Sporting would play Arsenal. And then Young Boys take on Atalanta. I have IB here. IB.
That game will be a firm one. A very firm one.
Which one?
That fixture you just mentioned.
Which fixture? Well, if you care to know, the full name is Stade Brestos. But then
why don't you guys stick to Stade Brestos?
It's too long. It's too long.
Okay.
So we like Barcelona facing the might of Brest.
Yeah, that's the.
You know, there's a team called Nice.
Yes.
And the last time they played, Nice played Brest.
Yes.
So people call it Nice Brest.
Yes.
My name is Joe Jesus.
It makes football exciting. It makes football exciting.
So do join us on the game at 1 p.m. Nadedi and the squad will be bringing you the Morning Star.